What's up, everyone? I hope you guys are having an amazing week. So, I wanted to kind of do a video that gives a shout out to all of us compassion workers, aka 9 to 5ers, that are actually working probably 10 to 12-hour days, long weeks. And this is specifically for those of you that are educators, social workers, or like I said, compassion workers. Last week, I was watching this video. Actually, I was watching a news segment on CBS News, and this storyline came up talking about micro retirement. I was intrigued by the title, just the fact that they said micro retirement, especially since many of us that are older millennials or Gen Xers were always trying to figure out a way like, how do I get out of this 9 to 5 grind? Like, I can't take it anymore. And if you're like me, you've been working in these compassion fields for over 20 plus years, you're tired. And after everything that happened in 2020, it's like, this can't be it. Like, I can't work this hard for the next 20 to 25 years. So I'm talking to the folks that are like, you're in your early 40s, or maybe you're in your 50s, and you still have like a good 15 years to go before you reach retirement. So this micro retiring idea is basically you actually stop working. You stop working in your field and you take a couple of years off and you basically go live your best life instead of waiting till retirement. And I was like, is that basically what I did this summer? But I didn't take off from my job. Like, I didn't leave my job, but because I am in education, specifically higher education, I took the entire summer off. And if you're like me, you're dedicated to your field, you work really hard, you put in the time during your 9, 10 month contract. But this particular academic year, I had I, I had burnt out. I knew I had hit a wall. I decided that I was not going to teach during the summertime. And to be quite honest, I'm the type of person that does enjoy traveling. So I had already started planning travel for the summer. I'm not going to lie, it was the best decision I ever made. If I wasn't in education and I was still working in social work, I would seriously consider micro retiring. And actually the news segment went into the fact that like many parents do this, many mothers do this when we have children. Oftentimes we step away from our career, we raise our children, and then we go back into our careers, whether our children are they're in school or they're in college. Many women and men have done this. I guess my point in sharing this is that there are options, there are pros and cons to this micro retiring concept. Obviously, you need to save money. You need to have a plan in place. You need to think about what is it that you really want to do when you retire, but you don't want to wait until you reach that retirement age. Maybe it's taking a trip. Maybe it's picking up a hobby. Maybe it's doing some sort of volunteer work you've always wanted to do. But if you're going to take that time off, what do you plan to do with your time? And so I think the idea is pretty cool, but I also think that it can be kind of daunting if your entire identity in work has been wrapped up in work. And I think most of us coming from these compassion fields, all of our identity has typically been tied up into the work that we're doing every day, impacting people's lives, whether it's children or adults, pets, you name it. We're just compassionate people. All I'm saying is consider the idea of, if you couldn't just leave your job, but perhaps you could take a sabbatical at your job, or perhaps you can save up your PTO and take a month off. What would you do for an entire month if you did not have to report to work? Is there a project that you put off in your house? Is there family that you want to go visit? Is there just something that you really truly want to do, but you really don't want to wait for 25 years to do it? All I'm saying is you don't necessarily have to do a micro retirement. You don't even have to do a sabbatical. But what would you do if you had 1 month off of PTO? What would you do with your time? I hope this video was really helpful to you. If you like this type of content, please like and subscribe, and I'll be back with another video tomorrow. Take care.